That was just a quick overview of where we are with respect to electric bicycle market. Any questions? Yes. When the cell phones came out, I still remember the big Motorola cell phones, right? It used to be very expensive, right? So one of the things we're going to see is that as the technology improves and matures, the cost will begin to come down. Today, the electric bikes are expensive. They are expensive because they are not being produced. The biggest expense is the battery technology. So now, one of the interesting, the energy density of oil, right? Energy density of oil, of gas, which powers your car, is given by nature. It's not invented by man, right? It is what Mother Nature gave you. We refine it, we extract it, we use it, and we have got a working automobile. Man, or I should say, humankind, we have not been able to come close to that energy density. We are, with this lithium-ion technology, the energy density in this little bottle, right, is about 400 watt hours. Now, with the gas, I could have 4,000 watt hours here, right? So we as an industry, we lack, right? We're in dark ages when it comes to producing a fuel. That's one of the big impediments you have in any electric propulsion, is that you're limited, severely limited by what we have been able to produce as a fuel. And we know that we can't handle, if we go to nuclear power, let's say I have a little nuclear reactor I could put in here, I know I'm going to, destroy humankind, right? So you can't have little nuclear reactors on your bicycle saying, okay, well, this is going to last me for 30 years, and that's all you need, because we don't know how to make it stable enough, right? So that's one issue you have today, is how do you bring the cost of fuel? How to bring the cost of batteries down? And that's one impediment you do have. But if you do the cost comparison, your cost of running a bicycle per mile is still much cheaper than a car. It's I believe 10% versus, so if you have 10 cents a mile versus maybe $1 a mile, it comes down to that. If you take into account the lifetime of owning a car versus lifetime of owning a bicycle. So the cost overall is low, but yes, the natural question of economics is obviously there. But now I'll show you some of the bicycles which start at $1,000, and that, so the market is beginning to change, where you have got good products available at affordable prices. Why do we need an electric bike? So different markets have different reasons. Different people have different reasons, right? So Europe, the primary will be transportation. It's a serious mode of transportation in Europe. Fun, right? That is what we here in the US use the bicycle for. It is for having fun, right? That's the primary market we have, is fun. Fitness and health, that's also, we use, fitness and health is a big category in the United States where we use the bicycles. There are also electric bikes used to haul cargo, right? Because you got an electric assist, so you can actually haul cargo, short distances, even in large factories you could use that. Environmentally friendly, right? That could be one factor in your determination whether you want to use an electric bike or not. And the cost, as you mentioned, the cost, is it really worth your while to have an electric bike versus buying? You could buy, I think, what is it, 50cc scooter for $500, something like that, right? But it will kill the environment, right? It's a two-stroke engine. So you're really taking from the mother nature when you're riding that beast, right? That's something you have to remember, that it costs something, not just the gas, but also it costs something to ride that particular vehicle. All right, so I'm going to show you some pictures. You saw some in the video. I'm going to show you some pictures of electric bicycles. Then I will tell you a little bit about how we came about developing, this technology right in front of us. So here is the electric bike by Audi. So when I look at this bicycle, so when we began our journey of designing a motor, a battery pack, and a console, there was a certain philosophy we followed in being able to design it. And so I'm going to talk about that philosophy in a few minutes. So here, when I look at this bicycle, it's a very nice, it's by Audi, it's obviously a very nice looking product. And obviously it is also very expensive, right? So what's the target audience for this one? Will be, it's more to make a fashion statement for Audi that yes, we have made a bicycle and it's beautiful. It's more of a motorcycle, right? It's getting to that price, higher than that price range. So that's top of the line electric bicycle. You're talking, top dollars to be able to have it. But it is more of, I see it as a fashion statement for Audi to be able to have that kind of product. It's very nice, right? You have got a motor here in the crank, you have got a battery here, and it's very nice, very compact, beautiful product. This is the Concept bike, which Matra is a French company. They had launched in Paris in, I believe it was 2008. So this one was the motor which was designed here in Virginia. It was a 7-phase motor by Waycrest Laboratories. We also had a battery pack which was in the wheel, and they basically did the whole concept, and they had an additional battery pack here. So this was a very innovative concept, but very, very difficult to produce and bring costs down. See, one of the interesting part, when the market is evolving, you see a lot of things being thrown in the market. And you see a lot of interesting concepts coming out, because people are trying to figure out which way the market is going to go. Right? Some people define the market. Some people trying to figure out where the market is going. Right? There are a few, Steve Jobs figured out, market research is just based on time. Right? He said, well, this is what I want to design and show it to people, and if I design it, it's a great product, but people are going to buy it. Right? That is hard concept to understand for people who go and do an MBA. So sometimes school is an impediment in your learning, so you have to be able to draw education from other sources as well. So here, a lot of times companies will throw product in the market to see which way the consumers will move. Right? That happens quite a bit when you are at the bottom of the S curve, because the market is not mature. The consumers are still defining their preferences. Right? The first question you said is what's the cost? Right? That is beginning of a definition of a product, at least in his mind, that this is how I'm reacting to it. So slowly, the consumer, as you show them the product, they begin to react to it, and then you see how the market is going to evolve. Kenny Roberts, this is the exciting time in the market when people really try to be very innovative. See, when the market matures, then you can't make a difference, right? If you were to come up, let's say you wanted to invent a smartphone today, right? In order to make a difference in a smartphone market, the resources you need is first of all, you need to do the concept, right? You come up with a concept, then you really have to have significant amount of investment behind you to take that concept into reality. You're talking about millions of dollars, right? That is the bad part when you think about launching a product in a mature market, right? S-curve, you look at the S-curve, you look at the smartphone, it's probably in the top of the, it is a mature market. Right? And you struggle, you make mistakes. Motorola was on the top with the Razr product, and they became very smug about it, and as a result, they lost the market. They lost the direction. They didn't have the leadership to launch the next category of the products. BlackBerry has lost the market, right? Steve Jobs single-handedly defined the market. Single-handedly defined the market. He had the resources, plus he had the vision. There was a good, alignment of all the right things for him to be able to do that. Samsung is throwing a lot of money at being able to change the market. But they are very close to how iPhone works, right? It's not dramatically different. It's just a similar product. Pardon me?
The curved screen. That's their new thing.
Right.
Samsung.
Right. It's incremental changes, right? It's not huge changes. So that's where this is an exciting time for this particular market because actually a lot of people can make a difference. Yes. This was TidalForce bicycle, which we had launched in 2004. That time we had no clue really what it was all about. Anyhow, so we were more interested in being able to do a motor and a battery pack, and then we wanted to see how it worked, so we stuck it on a bicycle. Here's another one, right? So efficiency of bicycle obviously is greatly compromised by these models. They're just not efficient model of transportation. They're cute. They're cute. They are interesting. They are innovative, right? But they are not, as per Nick's comment, truly a bicycle.